Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to design this beautiful ring. It's very easy to design, very beautiful and popular. And I'm going to show you how to use this tool here, the wire cluster. A tool that basically is going to do everything for us as far as the cluster goes. Very easy, very fast. And you're going also to use curves and profiles for the shank and for the prong. So let's dive in. So for this ring, we're gonna use size 8 on this plane. We're gonna bring sizing and we're gonna do size 8 and top plane 5.5 millimeters. We click OK. On the sizing builder, we're gonna bring a oval emerald, oval. We're gonna do precious stones emerald, and we're going to do 10 millimeters by 6.67. It's there for us. We click OK. Now what you're gonna do is click on the center stone, come over here to wire cluster, click on it, and that's what you're gonna get as soon as you activate the tool. On this panel, we're going to have the opportunity to use all those tabs and customize our cluster. So the first thing I like to do is come to the third tab, click on it, and over here we have a few things to start customizing. First, top plate height. Top plate height is this part here, okay? You can do with only one plate or you can do two plates. In our case, see that as soon as I clicked on the second plate, it gave me this part here. But for this demonstration, you're gonna do just one plate. Click on it. And I want my plate to be 1 millimeter. And on this tab here, we're going to see A, B, C, and D. That refers to the style of the cluster, okay? A is this one that I have. B, you see that's going to change here the, the prongs. C, change again, and D. So I encourage you to play with that and click OK each one of them, and you're gonna see the look of each style of cluster. For our demonstration, we're gonna do A. So for A, and prong diameter is the diameter of the inside prongs. See, when I raise up, they move. I'm gonna leave mine as 0.8 millimeters, which is for the size of stone that we're doing is enough. And prong height, for now, I'm gonna leave as 0.8 also. And prong offset is the inside. See, when I move, it changes this side of only the inside prongs. I'm gonna leave the same height as the other ones, so we're not gonna do any offset for this. So now let's see the first tab, what we can get. The first tab is basically the prong, the existing prong that we got, so that we're good. Second tab, it's gonna show you the size of stones that you want. In our case, I'm gonna leave this as 2.03 because it's there already, but I'm gonna raise up the number of stones. So 14, 15, 16, we're good with 16, we're good. And over here also, guys, you can see here, field, that refers to the plate of the stones. On field, it's going to be, let me see, I don't think I can. Yeah, I cannot hide that. But play with that also because it's a flat hole is the inside of the hole and carved between stones. You're gonna see here that carves here. Let me see, flat hole, filled. Well, for the sake of this tutorial, I'm not gonna delay too much on that because it could be boring, but just note that over here, you're gonna play around with the look of the plate for those stones and the center stone, okay? So the whole diameter, I'm gonna leave as is, and the stone height, I'm gonna leave 0.3. Third tab, you saw already. Now let's go to the fourth tab to fix this part here. We're going to bring the whole thing to the bottom. We're gonna fix this now. This is the basket base diameter, and I'm going to do 1.1. I don't want to leave too thick, but not too thin either, because you might notice that some rings, they have this wire so thin, and considering that polishing and everything gets so thin that it's almost breakable, and I want to leave a little stronger to support better the cluster. So let's leave as 1.1. The formation to the finger, you're going to see here, when I move there, it curves better. Okay, so where the forming, you can follow this, the formation, following the finger size. Let's see if 0.6, it's a little better. 0.5 or 0.6. Let's see if 0.55 give us perfect, a better round following the finger. And we're going to bring a little closer to the finger. There we go. There. Over here, the bending strength is about the shape of this wires, okay? So you see that as I change here, it's very, very subtle, but you see that I'm moving the wheel in the center of my mouse, and it's getting straighter. Or if I go down, I make it more round. And you can also digit, if you highlight here, you can digit the number, let's say 50%, and it changes faster for you. I think 50% for us is good now. And wire offset is how in or out the wires on the outside outside the stones are going to be more inside of the stone or out more. See there. So for us, of course, we're going to do this, and I think everything is okay. Let's give the last walk through, and I think it's okay. So let's click OK, and that's what we have. Remember when, let me double click and go back. Remember when I was talking about, let me see which one. I think it's on this one. No, I'm sorry. Over here. I did filled, and I don't want a filled. I want to be carved between stones. Let's see how it looks. Yes, much better. So let's bring the stone, and that's what's gonna look so far. So now we're going to create, actually, even though it's a 5.5 millimeters here, I think it's too tall. I think the ring is gonna be too tall. So what I'm gonna do is go back to the ring size builder, and we're gonna do 5 millimeters. So that's gonna bring our stone down. And I am going to do, it's recomputing. So as you see, now that I brought the stone down, everything came down. So let's go back to the wire setting. We're gonna bring the whole cluster up there. And I am going to bring the whole thing down because my stone is there, but I can bring about here. I want the stone being higher, the center stone being higher than the cluster. And we're gonna bring again this up so it's more pleasant to the eye. And I think it's okay. And also I wanna do yellow gold. I don't want a white gold for this ring. Let's do 14 yellow and click OK. Yes, much better, much better. It's lower and I don't like those very high ring heads. So now we're going to make the diamonds for the cluster. Click on stones. Let's change here for precious stones diamonds, and does not matter here, but just for the sake, I'm going to do 2 millimeters. And we don't need to raise up the stone here because we already did the stone on the cluster. So click OK, click the cluster, come over here to jeweling, and we're going to get the stone that we did. As you see, it's already raised up there. Click OK. And what I'm noticing here, my prongs, I think they are too short for the ring. So let's double click. And another thing I want to show you, as you see now here, the component is boolean already, okay? But when I decide to cut the diamonds, this is gonna cut the prongs also. So I don't like that idea. So let's go back. And another thing that I wanna fix, I think those stones are too close. So let's fix this. And guys, even though it seems to be annoying when I do that go back and forth fixing, but the reason I'm not gonna cut this tutorial and show you just the final product, it's to show you that when we're designing, this is normal. You know, you're not gonna start designing a ring or whatever you are designing and have perfect for the first time. This is, you try, sometimes you get wrong, and visually, as here, as you see here, I did parameters that, you know, it doesn't look right. So it's not wrong, or you're not doing anything wrong if you go back there and fix. I have 20 plus years designing, and I do that all the time because, you know, sometimes you change a little bit of curve and changes the whole thing, the whole look of the ring. So it's not wrong when you do this. You put ring, change the color of the metal over here. See, it's kind of too rounded here. It is, maybe if I bring a little bit up, this cluster is going to look good or better, you know. So it's normal when you do that. And as far as the cluster, when everything is boolean, I'm going to show you also what to do to not boolean, so you can cut only the bezels, not the prongs. So let's go back to wire cluster, and over here what I'm going to do is I'm gonna make less stones. I'm gonna do 15. And then I'm gonna show you how to fix this side here. You're gonna see what I'm talking about when the time comes. So let's do 15 stones so they are a little more open. And we're going to do a little higher, here. And you're gonna bring a little down. So this way, this curve here is not gonna be, see, it's already better. It's not very sharp here. And also let's do the height of the prongs. We did prong height 8. Let's do 1 millimeter. And let's click OK and see how it loads. Gonna click there. See, much better. For one click, it's much better. Over here, you're gonna see it's not always that you're gonna be able, depending on the size of the stones, it's not always you're gonna be able to do a stone here and a stone here. It's not gonna match perfectly, okay? So, and the sides also. When we do the shank, I'm gonna show you a little trick so you can have a better position here, okay? But let's keep going and you're gonna understand what I'm saying when the time comes. So for now, I think, see that sharp round that was here, it's not anymore. So let's keep doing. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna raise this stone a little better. Since we did 4.5, this stone can go higher and it's not gonna be too tall. Let's leave the stone for now. And let's go to this. Let's go to this plane, sketch mode, and we're going to do the profiles for the inside shank, outside shank, and the center prong. So for the inside shank, I'm going to do a simple square, bring to the middle, and I'm going to round the corners. Around there, it's good enough. For the outside shank, I want to make something that's half rounded like that. I'm gonna fix a little better. Shanks are always, if you're designing for yourself, it's your style, very personal, or if you're designing for a client, of course, it's gonna be what the client wants, right? So for us, this is good. And I'm gonna make a circle for the center stone. Circle from the center. All good. Let's get out of here. And I'm going to get the center. I'm sorry, the ring builder. And we're gonna come over here in the second tab and get sweeping wizard. Click on it. We're gonna create a single stone. And oh guys, I forgot to one thing here. It's gonna be next. Center stone. And over here, we're gonna get this profile, and for the inside I'm gonna do on click ratio, and I'm gonna do width with 1.5 by 1.2. It's enough, and you click OK. All right, so we're gonna get this shank and come over here on the first tab, and over here we're gonna create, the software give us this tool, so you don't need to prepare. You could do the same thing with the plane, but the software give us this tool to be faster. So you click there, click OK. I have my shank highlighted. I click Control down, click on the curve, and come over here, and it cleans the inside part for us. Okay, we don't need that anymore, this curve. Let's hide that. Over here, I did the changes and I didn't do one thing. Let me go back here. Right here on the top, when it says add, it's what we have there. it's Boolean, the whole thing. But if I unclick here and click OK, you're gonna see now that, let's recompute, that I have now components, okay? So this is very nice because now that I wanna run my cutter for my diamonds, what I do, I click on the cluster and I come over here on filter, and I'm gonna filter only that part, the bezels for the stones. So I click and come over here and click create another subgroup. If you don't click here, it's gonna just disappear. Let me show you. I don't click and it disappeared. Okay, so let's undo. You click on it over here, create a subgroup, click OK, and now you don't have anything. Let's do it again. Click over here, there, create a subgroup, click OK. And now you have just the bezels. So we're gonna get the stones and gonna run the cutters. I'm gonna run just the pilot, click OK. And for the pilot, I'm gonna do one thing here. I want to on the second tab, I want to bring this a little lower so it cuts exactly the size of the stone, okay? It's going to be easier for the setter, and it's going to save a little bit of metal for your client. So click OK. Let's bring this filter, show, filter, control down, cutters, come over here to Boolean section, take away, and now we cut a little bit seed for the stones. Let's bring back everything. Oh, not that one. The filter and the jewelry, the stones. So very good. So our bezel is almost done because, as I said, I'm gonna show you how to work with this side here, which is going to be soon because now we're going to get this plane and make the outside shank. That plane, let's go to sketch mode, get this tab, uncheck close curve. So we're going to have an open curve, and you're going to come over here and follow the shank, the ringer size. Click OK, wait a little bit. I'm going to hide this so it's easier for us to see and fix the points right with the finger size, okay? And over here, I'm not gonna bring too much inside, but a little bit. Again, always, as I say, it's your style. You design as you like or what your client needs. It's okay for now, for us. We click OK, and now you're gonna run. Let's get out of here. We're gonna get this curve, and we're going to run with the sweeping wizard. We're gonna run create a single surface. Second tab, you're gonna get a section. It's the profile that we did here. And for the top, both profiles, not both profiles, the both sizes that you're gonna run, I'm gonna do symmetry on vertical plane. And for the size, the top, we're going to do 2.5 width by 1.2. Let me uncheck this. 1.2. You're having both sides. And I'm going to get one more, bring all the way over here to the bottom. And for the bottom, we're going to do 3 millimeters by 1.5. And we click OK. And that's our shank. Let's bring the inside shank just to look better. So we're doing good. Let's get the outside shank, and we're going to do a bulge for the top, for the tips, and those are the faces. Control down for you to select the faces. And we're going to do a little bit, a little less. I think that's okay. Let's click OK and see how it goes. I think it's looking good. You can even, after I'm gonna fix this, and then you can bring the shank a little bit inside. So let's fix this top here. What I'm saying about fix, see where it's not centered with the shank. Again, it's not always be possible for you to have one stone there, one stone here, or even the sides of the stones being centered perfect. But you try your best to fix this situation so you can have a more pleasant and geometric mirror, or things proportional and mirrored in the right position, if you know what I mean. So let's go back to our cluster and see if we can fix that. Double click on the cluster. And since over here, those prongs here are not touching the center stone, right? And we have a little room to bring that inside and see if you can change a little bit the position of the stones. So for the first tab, we're going to bring the size a little bit inside. As I move the stones inside, I might have some room to change the number of stones. I think it's already there. With one stone, let's click OK and see how it looks. Recompute. See, that's what I'm talking about. Now we have one stone there, one stone here, and look how nice it looks here, right? So in this case, because you are just learning how to do with the tool, and nobody asked us a specific size of stone, so we're okay. This right now seems to be a very big gap between the stones, but remember, this is blown up so many times. The actual size is going to be about this. So about this, nobody's going to see the difference or the size, the gap between stones. You have to consider that also, okay? So the ring is going to be about this size when it's done. Nobody's going to see the gap. You see bigger gap here because, of course, the size. And we fix the situation here on the side of the shank, and over here, one stone there, one stone here. Perfect. You're not going to do anything else for this. But if you want, you can go back to the cluster, and maybe if that bothers you, bring the stone a little bit bigger, the same way it is, but a little bit bigger, and then you're going to change things and do as you please. Okay? So now we can fix this and bring the shank a little bit inside. So let's go back to the curve and bring the shank a little inside, recompute, and see if it's good. I think it's good enough because it's touching those two. And I think it's looking nice. We can do even to look more delicate. Let's go back here on Wizard, and maybe if we do this a little bit smaller, I think it's gonna look nice. Ah, very nice. Because now it's not touching those prongs on the side, the wires, and I think it's looking much better. Perfect, perfect. Now, the only thing that we need to do here, get the inside shank, and we're going to come over here on this tab. We're gonna cutting on Z, and you can cut up to here because if you see the shadows there, after here we don't need that anymore. So let's cut. You're gonna keep the other side because it's gonna delete this part. We wanna delete this part. So keep the other side. We're gonna delete this one now. Click OK, and that's it. Oh, see, another thing that's a good example. As we made this top smaller, you see that now my shank is showing over here. If you don't want to show, if you don't want to change the size of the shank, of course you cannot leave this like that. So there's one simple fix for this. You click on here. You can even use this sketch. Double click there, and you can run really quick a curve here to clean up that area. Doesn't need to be precise, it's just for you to can clean up and cut that. You get out. You can do a extrusion here, or you can also get the curve and mirror to the other side and clean up this way. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do both sides, click OK, and I'm gonna do the shape to the other side. And now I'm gonna click this shape, this one, control down, and this one, and do a boolean, and done. It's clean. So you can do both ways. Okay, sometimes I do like this, sometimes the other way. It doesn't matter. Let's hide this, and now you have a clean shank. We can hide this too. And the only thing that we can do now is put the stones. I'm sorry, the prongs for the center stone. Usually what I do is this and get the prong here. Today I'm gonna do different. I'm going to bring one plane. We're gonna bring this straight 90 degrees, and we're going to make smaller. Okay, you don't have to bring this up, but it's just me. I like to bring up, and we're going to position around here. It's gonna be in the middle of the two planes. Okay, click OK, and on this plane, click on it, and you're gonna go to sketch mode, and now we're gonna do a curve for our center prong. Something around here, following the stone. I'm gonna fix a little bit. Sometimes the reason I'm doing that first is to show you, and sometimes it's way faster for you to do this way than keep moving the tool here and there just to get this shape. Okay, so we're gonna get out. We're gonna get, we don't need this plane anymore. Now we're gonna get the curve, come over here, and we're gonna do one single surface, and get the round. And for the top, let's do 1.2. And we're going to create another section, bring all the way down. And for that, we can do 0.9. I believe it's going to be okay. And run. It's too far. You can click here and use the move tool, or you can go and move your curve. Let's move the curve, because this way you know how to do it when you need it. Let's move over here and recompute, and it's better now. Over here doesn't matter, because when the setter, it can work around with those stones. Okay, so we're good on that. Let's get out of here. So very nice. Now we're almost done. We're going to get this prong, and we're going to do a bulge on the top just to look nicer. And we can do that only 0.5 millimeters. Very nice. We're going to get this one in mirror. Click OK. And control down, mirror to the other side. And it's very nice. Over here, I like to always add a little, I don't say bezel, but we can say a belt under the stone, because that will protect the stone better. I don't like to see this hole here, this area empty, and will protect the prongs a little better. We're not going to do, we're going to uncheck create bottom belt, because you're not doing bottom belt, just the top. And for the top, we can do 8 millimeters. And it's okay. We'll click OK. Now I'm going to hide this, and let's get this belt, and we're going to make a little bigger to tuck in the belts there. I'm going to bring down about here, a little lower, and I'm going to go over here and check, and I'm going to do, okay. I think it's nice. I think it's good. Let's make a little bit more like that. Yes, yes, like that. And we click OK. We're going to bring back the stone, and see, it's a little, it gives a little more cover. So yes, guys, this is it. And if you think this prongs here on the belt, on the cluster, the wires are too skinny, let me see what I did for wires. Wires, yes, they are too thin. Has to be at least 8 millimeters, okay? When it's too much, 8 millimeters is enough. That's why I noticed that was too skinny. Let's see. Recompute. Oh, much better, much better. I thought was something was off. So guys, this is it. It's a very fast ring to design, very beautiful, very popular. And of course, it takes a little longer because I have to talk, but think about it. If you are by yourself, concentrated, and designing this, it's really quick, easy, and as I said, popular. So if you like content like that, let me know. If you want to see something else, something different, let me know. I post very often. And if you like tutorials, please consider subscribing and hit your like button. And let's be friends. So this is it for me. Thank you for being with me until the end. That's very nice. And keep designing, and we see each other soon. Thank you, guys.